So in this video we will learn how to plot a graph in Origin. This is the first window opened when you start the Origin software. Just press the OK and a new workbook is opened. Here you can see you can maximize the workbook. A workbook is a place where you need to import your data. If in your software workbook does not appear, then go to File, New and Workbook. From there you can start a new workbook. If you have already a workbook, then cancel it, otherwise press OK. Now to import the data, go to the data, import from file and select the multiple ASCII. Here you can select one or multiple files in text or CSV format. So here I am going to desktop and I am selecting my files. You can see I have two Excel file, one I've added one, and now after that I am adding second, that is 2.csv. So I have added two files here named 1 and 2.csv. Press the OK. Now a new window is opened. Here the complete information about the added data is provided in the file name. Next, come to the file info. If your data contain less than 50 columns, then keep it as it is. Now come to the first file import mode. If there already any data exists in your workbook and you want to replace the data, then select replace the existing file. Otherwise, select start the new workbook or new sheet. Similarly, in multiple file case, you can choose whether you want a new workbook for your data or want to add the data in separate sheet under the same workbook. So in this case, I select the start new sheet and press the OK. Here you can see your data is imported into the Origin software. So let's check the data. Firstly, here you can see trace 1 frequency and trace 1 log magnitude, whereas we have trace 1 and trace 2. So here I am not able to locate the trace 2 data in the imported file. So the solution for this problem is to firstly open your files in the Excel sheet and then copy paste your data from Excel sheet to Origin. So here firstly I will open the data into the Excel sheet. So I've started a new sheet in the Excel and I will open both the files 1 and 2 into the Excel sheet. So firstly I will select the data from the desktop for first file one by one. Select the all files to get the Excel sheet CSV file. So I have opened the first file. So here you can see there are 4 columns, while in the Origin there were only 2 columns. Now copy one column and paste the data into the notepad. Please do not paste the data directly into the Origin, because if you do that, then the Origin will stop working and you will lose the complete data of your current project. Now here paste the data that you copied from the Excel sheet into the notepad. So I pasted the data here. Here we will copy the data that is necessary for plotting the graph. So here we can see from trace 1 log magnitude the data is necessary. So I copied only the necessary data. After copying the data, go to the Origin, open the Origin window. So here we need to start a new sheet. So right click anywhere on the window and from there select a add new sheet. So a new sheet 1 is started. Just paste the log magnitude data into the Y column of the sheet. Now from the sheet of the first file, just select the necessary data from the frequency column, press Ctrl Z and then copy the data. Paste this data into the X column of the sheet 1. So here we have added the frequency and S11 magnitude from the Excel sheet. So for S12 magnitude we need to add the another column and repeat the same procedure again. In a similar manner, copy the S12 magnitude data from the Excel sheet and then paste into the notepad, and from the notepad just copy the necessary data and then paste into the C column of the sheet 1. Now our horizontal axis is the frequency axis and vertical axis is the S parameter magnitude axis. So in the AX column just add the long name is the frequency and unit is the gigahertz, and in the Y column just add the long name is the S parameters and unit is the dB. So B column is the S11 magnitude and C column here is the S12 magnitude. So just write S11 in the comment section of the B column and S21 in the comment section of the C column. So now we need to plot the graph. Now select all the columns, go to the plot and select the SP line. You can select the SP line from basic 2D graph also. So here you can see a 2D graph is generated, and now here you can edit your graph. Here we can see black line represent the S11 and red line represent the S21. So we can change the S11 and we can write the 11 into the subscript format or in any other format that you want to write. Okay, so here I have changed the S11 and S21 and put the 11 and 21 in the subscript. So you can change the format of the font to Times New Roman. Just click it and a box is open, and you can change the font size as well. You can change the position of the box by dragging it to the any another place. Now to edit the graph axis, just double right click on the axis and a new window is open. So here you can see firstly horizontal and vertical axis range is given. You can change it. For the horizontal axis I put from 1 to 8, and for the vertical axis I am putting from 0 to -40. Also you can change the major ticks and minor ticks and apply. The graph window is updated. So again I have changed the major ticks from 20 to 10 and apply. So again the graph is changed. Now come to the line and ticks. So in line and ticks, left line represent the S parameters. Here we can change the thickness of the line. Top line is not shown. We will select the top line. Change the width of the line, and in top and right we don't need the major ticks and minor ticks. So just select in major ticks and minor ticks none. Similarly, repeat the complete procedure for the bottom and the right line. After completing it, select the apply, and now the graph window is updated. Now close this dialog box and change the type and font size of the available text in the graph window according to your requirements. Here I selected the font type Times New Roman and changed the font size to 36. Perform the same duty for the complete available text in the graph window. Now we can edit the properties of the plotted line as well. So to edit the properties of the line, double right click on the line and a new window is open. Here you can change properties of the both the line collectively or independently. So choose independent if you want to do the different changes in the different line, and choose dependent if you want to do the same changes in the two different lines. So here in dependent format I changed the width line for both the lines to 3. Now if I choose the independent and then change the line width, then the width of the selected line will be changed and the other will remain same. Here S11 line width is changed, whereas the S21 line width is same. So now under the independent format I am keeping the width line for the both line is 3 and changing their color. For the S11 I am changing its color from gray to dark black, and for the second line I am changing its color to red. So now just click the apply and you can see the changes in the graph. Now to add the symbol on the graph line, just change the format from independent to dependent and then select from plot type to line plus symbol apply. Now you can see the graph line contain line as well as the symbol. You can change the properties of the symbol as well. Go to the drop lines. Here by changing the skip points you can change the number of points that are plotted on the line. So by increasing it, the number of the symbol can be decreased. Now come to the symbol. Here you can change the size of the symbol as well as you can change the shape of the symbol, and with that you can change the color of the symbol as well. After complete the editing, just click the apply, and after that you can close the plot details dialog box. Now your complete plotted graph is ready and you can print or save your graph by just clicking on the print option. So in the upper palette print option is given, just click on that and you can save your file in a PDF format. Just select the location in your system, give a name to the PDF file and save the file. Here you can see a complete 2D plotted graph for the S parameters. So now here I will tell you about some advanced editing option that you can use to enhance your graph appearance. Again, just double right click on the graph axis, and here you can see a option that is reference line. Here you can add a reference line in both horizontal and vertical format. Also, you can highlight the particular part of your graph by just filling the area between the two reference line. So to do so, you can add the points where you want to add the reference line. Here for the vertical lines, I am choosing 4 and 5. So you can see from 4 reference line, I want to fill up to the 5. So in the updated graph, you can see from 4 gigahertz to 5 gigahertz frequency, the graph is highlighted. You can also change the properties of the highlighted graph. You just go to the details and a new dialog box is opened. Here you can change the width of the line as well as you can change the color of the line. So here I am changing the color of the reference line at 4 gigahertz from gray to light green. So apply, you can see the color of the line is changed. It may not be completely visible. Also you can change the color of the filled area between the two reference line. Just go to the line and go to the pattern and change the color. Here I have changed the color to magenta. So you can see in the updated graph the color is changed. Now after completing the editing, you can close the dialog box. Now you can add the name of the graph line as well. Here we have already added the name of the lines, that is S11 and S21. In case of multiple lines, you can add the name for different lines by adding a text box. Here I am taking a circular tool so I can represent the first graph. So by taking the circle tool, you can change the object properties by just right clicking on it, and a dialog box is open. You can change its color, you can change the fill to none, so only a circle tool is there. Just apply and you can see a circle is plotted on the graph line 1, that is S21. Also you can add a arrow to represent the axis of the graph line. So you can change the properties of the arrow as well. You can change its width, its color, and as well as its length. Now further you can add a text box. In text box you can name the graph line. Here I am adding its S11. Like you can change the S11 also. Although it's a S21 line, you can write it according to you. You can change the properties of the text box by just right clicking on it as I did, and here is your complete graph. Now you can save your graph with the procedure as described in the previous section of the video.